चेंज कर दूं है नहीं मैं
Good evening, everyone. Uh, we are here assembled for some insights and announcements regarding Waves Bazaar. We have with us Shri Pritul Kumar, who is the GS Broadcasting, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and he'll take the session forward and share the insights about the Waves Bazaar. Thank you, sir.
So good evening everyone, and we come to the schedule ending of the Waves Bazaar, which has been a really happening event, more than we even expected. And we've had more than 3,000 meetups in this small 2.5 days of scheduling, and the kind of business opportunities which we feel, which we talked about yesterday, that they have come up to a level of 250 crores. And today the kind of estimates which we feel that are going to come out in due course of time is more than 800 crores. So what a great moment to witness the testament of how this Waves Bazaar as a concept has worked so phenomenally well. So this all began with the idea. We used to successfully organize the film market called the Film Bazaar alongside of IFI, but that was limited uh, to films most of the times. And in the last edition, which we had in November 24, we added web series, and therein we realized that how much is the potential of other media and entertainment segments being added to this. And there came the visualization from our Honorable Prime Minister that we need to have a place, a conference like this, a summit like this, wherein all the media and entertainment industry, be it any segment from storytelling in form of films, in form of advertisement, in form of news, so everything, because it is connected by storytelling, should come under one roof, which is not there in anywhere in the world. And following his guidelines, this Waves Bazaar as a concept was initially created in January this year. On 27th, it was in this Waves Bazaar, an online portal, was inaugurated by our honorable minister on the 27th of January, and it not just included films, TV series, but 10 media and entertainment different segments in the Waves Bazaar. And it was overwhelming to see that this online portal, in its short 4 months of existence, has brought about more than 8,000 buyers, more than 4,000 sellers registering onto the platform, and more than 1,500 projects actually surfable like a commodity, like a content piece to be seen by the buyers on the portal with their details. And I'm happy to share even this, that we have been able to generate more than 1 lakh requests between the buyers and sellers to connect with each other. So that shows that this online platform of Waves Bazaar has been really accepted and adopted, and maybe it was very much required for this industry. So with that, we also wanted that there, with the Wave Summit, we need to have something which is in the same format of online Waves Bazaar. It has to be a physical Waves Bazaar, because we all understand in this media and entertainment industry, meeting physically, exchanging ideas, exchanging vibes is so much important. And that is how, with the help of Vicky, we were able to organize this one-on-one buyers and sellers meet, and which was sort of scheduled online. The registrations were done online, the meeting schedules and acceptance were done online, and we also placed the meetings like that. But oh my god, what an overwhelming response. Again, more than 3,000 scheduled meetings, but I'm sure more than 10,000 other meetings have also taken place all along the place. And excited by the very fact that it is so much more required, we have decided that we'll extend this Waves Bazaar tomorrow also, especially this segment of one-to-one buyers meet. So our team will definitely provide a place for people who have come here for the business of media and entertainment to be enabled to connect the buyers and sellers. So the important part was that it just not had films. We had about films and web series only had about 30 to 40% of buyers globally and even from India. But other segments like radio, like animation, VFX, the TV series, even influencers, even influencers, we saw that many of the influencers have got registered onto the portal. They were very willing to come here and be pitching to the brands and advertising agencies. So in a whole, it was kind of a conglomeration of different kind of buyers, different kind of sellers meeting each other, and the kind of positivity which we have received is shows in the numbers of 800 crores, which means a lot to us. So this was of course the part which was very very important. Then we also had a viewing room curated specifically of films which are finished films. They're looking for some support in terms of finishing touches, or maybe for sales and distribution across the world. So we had 115 films, and most of them have had requests either for sales release across the world, or from the film festivals sort of picking them up for different festivals. Yesterday I think we made an announcement that one of the Busan film festivals funds is actually picking up a project to finish it up. So these are the kind of things which came out from that. And we also had about 15 films screening in the market, wherein people got their own distributors and and the sales agents to see the film to be able to take it forward. And we have had a couple of very very marquee films, in the sense one of them was by one of the lead stars of Indian film industry, starred by him. Tiger Shroff was there, and it had also got a deal. So overall, I think the kind of market, waves market, the first wave market surpassed all expectations which we had. And apart from this, we've had on the sidelines of this wave summit, we've had MOUs signed between the government of Maharashtra and many other studios from different part of the world, up to 8,000 crores, which in itself is such a big number. And but these are that is government, and I'm so happy that along the Waves Bazaar there have been several MOUs being inked in the Waves Bazaar alongside of it by between the private sector as well. So even today we will present to you two MOUs which are getting signed, two or three MOUs which are getting signed between Prime Video and CJENM collaboration. Then there is an Indo-UK production, Devi Chaudhrani, they are here. And then there is a feature film, Violated, by Miss Dimple Duggar. So that also will have a UK producer on board. So we will do those announcements later. So this is mostly from my side. Any questions? I definitely want to answer them. Yeah, you can add that, please, please. Yeah. So Vinita, and I would also like to mention my gratitude for the team which was entirely on it. And Vinita and Srirag led the team from the government side, but from the industry side, Pankaj, Leena madam, and all her team were so very much in it that we did not even differentiate what is is there any difference between government and association. So it was a wonderful team, and I think they are the ones in the background who made sure that the experience is seamless in the bazaar. We've had some feedbacks. We will definitely incorporate them in the next film bazaar and the next waves bazaar. So any other thing which we want to add, Vinita?
So in addition to the MOU which sir just mentioned, there's also two more MOU which are going to get signed. So one is a collaborative MOU discussed between OMN and Gazprom Russia. So we are focusing on the future cross-cultural partnership. There's one more another which is a very proud story to mention here, is inspired by the impactful work at Waves. Film India Screen Collective, and the head of Screen Canterbury, New Zealand, Petrina Di Rosario, has proposed a collaboration to launch the first ever Indian Film Festival in New Zealand. So, this initiative will boost the cultural ties, tourism, and post production opportunities between India and New Zealand by connecting filmmakers and screen professionals from both countries. So, round an applause for everyone, all of us. So, yes, that's all from me. Anything, Srirag, you want to add here?
Just one more point. This Waves Bazaar online portal, it is going to grow in future. So we are planning to have like to improve the quality of the portal by adding AI profiling tools and AI matchmaking tools. So the idea is to make it a very comprehensive platform for all media and entertainment vertical, and it will be a first of its kind initiative because nowhere else in the world such kind of a platform has been envisaged or implemented. So we would require your support and all support to make Waves Bazaar a huge success. It is already a success, but your participation will make it further more successful.
Anything from Ficky's side? I think you'd like to add, Pankaj.
No, sir. It's been a good experience for the buyers who are here. A lot of deals are getting finalized, and of course, with the ministry's feedback, will ensure that the participation also improves and more meetings happen in coming editions.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, today we organized a FAM tour for the PIB journalist. I'm sure some people in the room would have had it. So, but we also feel that that the press and the media should pick up more from the bazaar, because we feel that in the media and entertainment ecosystem, film markets or media and entertainment markets are most important in terms of content development, because there is where the ideas are seeded, there where they get germinated, and eventually many of the dreams melt into each other's dreams, and then they are able to formulate something out of it. So these kind of things, of course, the government is trying its best, but there are many private festivals who have started doing their own markets, which is a very positive thing, because people have understood that why not get the best minds together, and that is why this Waves Bazaar portal, which will be really helpful for connecting people without any boundaries. So that's all from my side. Any questions? I think. Yeah, sure. Yeah, just wait for the.
I'm Abhishek Gupta. I hail from the corporates basically, with Sintel, Atos, Amdocs, AT&T and all. I'm here as a media delegate as well as a business delegate, and have been like following this up since like the beginning of January, February 2024. The Goa and shifting to Bharat Mandapam and today to like this location. It has been a lot of new things which have been getting added up, and this has been expected. You understand, I have been with Atos and all, so they are the official partner of Olympics, Paralympics and all, and we have been trying to replicate such like projects in a smaller way through our company Kites Tech. Now, one thing which I would like to ask you, sir, is are we like continuing this portal across when we are at the culmination of this event on this 4th? Is this Bazaar portal and the connect going to continue so people can be staying connected? And because I understand I'm a business delegate having number of requests and running between press conferences and all these things, could not even answer number of them. So if it continues, it will be a better option for everyone to connect, and maybe the season 2 will have a big shot.
So, in fact, as my friend has already said, that we're trying to improve the portal. So it is an assurance that the portal is of course continuing. Portal is completely separate. This was like an opportunity to meet people physically. So the portal will of course continue. In fact, you would have noticed, being a Film Bazaar delegate, you had registered on the same online portal, and that is how you had the access to the physical Waves Bazaar also. So we definitely going to continue it, and we are very happy that you want it even more better. We will strive to make it much more better.
Thank you.
Hi, sir. This is Lalit Kumar from Best Media Info. Am I audible to everyone?
Yep. Can you please take the mic because for the
Okay. So I've been, exploring the Waves Bazaar, and I have spoken to a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers. Firstly, they have a few reservations that what happens face to face cannot be completely replicated online. So I have a few questions regarding the portal. Firstly, I want to know that is it going to be like a national content marketplace, or will it just be a lead generation platform for the buyers and the sellers? Secondly, I'm curious about how is pricing working on this platform. Is it going to be like a fixed thing or like a dynamic prices controlled by the buyers and sellers? I mean, I have a couple of more, but like if you can answer
yeah.
these two first.
So I think it's a free market. We're not fixing up any price because it's between the buyer and a seller. And as we all know, media and entertainment, a content piece cannot have a price. The same content can be made for X and can be made for 100X, but the difference is the quality. The difference is the engagement. So we're not even doing with anything with the price. It's like a place where the buyers and sellers both have trust in that there is a buyer which exists, there is a seller which exists, and their mutual collaboration and cooperation is important for engaging on this portal. So we go up to the extent of hand-holding to the buyer that this is the first to the seller that you are able to put up your content in a way that there is no IP issue involved, and then the buyer is able to look at the catalog which has been uploaded by the buyers and make a choice whether to whether to connect with this project or not, and he's able to send a request, do a chat, and then finally when a request arrives at the seller or vice versa, when they both approve, then only they can start chatting or doing that thing, and there they can decide. Of course, as you said, that physical is very important, physically meeting is very important. So there we don't feel that it's like an online, completely online can be made in this sector right now. Maybe VCs can be there, people can engage into VC, we can build up into that platform, but still that physical meeting may be required. So people can fix up their meetings and go a film festival when they're coming next or something like that will happen. So but this is a platform where at least you have the access, not just limited to India or this country, but your access is completely international, so there are no boundaries as such.
So initially it's going to function as a lead generation platform,
So
after which they can have their own engagements outside the platform, right? Any frameworks in place from the platform side, for IP protection or contract enforcement, such frameworks, will this be provided by the portal, or is it going to be outside the ambit of the portal?
No. So IP protection is the constant requirement when we are engaging with any content. So this is being ensured that whatever is getting uploaded remains IP protected, and to the extent that what we've started is that the upload is mostly non-IP kind of pitches which are made available, and that is why that connection is important for exchange of IP protected material. Unless the buyers and sellers acquire a mutual trust, we constantly give disclaimers on our online portal not to get into that. The other important thing which you mentioned is that fixing of price or the contractual this thing. So we're not even moving to the contract. We're just facilitating. So yeah. So can I ask other people to ask questions? And anything else? I think you can get in touch with our team. They'll help you with it. Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Kumar. So, you mentioned that there was a lot of influencer participation here at this conference as well. However, while there were a lot of national influencers that were around, we were expecting it to be like a global scale thing. So,
do we expect more influencer collaborations in more international influencer collaborations in the upcoming editions? Do you think that we'll be able to fly in global influencer giants? So earlier this year, Mr. Beast, who's one of the biggest YouTubers in the world, had come in for his brand launch. So do you think by the next edition we could incorporate some portions of the global creator economy, influencer economy into this Waves initiative by the government?
Definitely, we should do that, and that's a very good suggestion. We did, where that's very right, that we really got in, buyers from all across the world in many different verticals, from gaming to VFX to films, but of course there was no influencer. Probably, this is the start, and these kind of things we'll put add-ons later on.
Sure, thanks.
I think we need to have two questions. Here.
Thank you. I'll just stand so you can see me. First of all, can I congratulate the Ministry for putting on an amazing event. My name is Mansoor. I'm from London, obviously. You could probably tell by my accent. I'm part of the City of London Corporation, but I'm also here in my capacity as a film producer. The point or question really is, majority of the bigger studios or film producers, they have most of the itinerary plan, sales, etc. set. So I think it's a very important opportunity for independent filmmakers. And the point I want to highlight is there is the UK Indo production, which I think is a very good opportunity for the UK tax incentives, which is world renowned, and the recently launched India tax incentive. Do you think there's any other things you can do, so in terms of the questions asked earlier on, to pinpoint those projects that are looking for, that potentially work within the UK Indo framework for the tax rebate, and a way to promote those so you get more pull from and notification from UK producers? Thank you.
So we do have, while we are sort of, we are asking the sellers to put up their projects, we do ask them, what are you looking for? So in that, one of the boxes on which they can tick is co-productions. So, and when a buyer is sort of looking at the catalog, he can see, I want to see the projects which are open for co-production. So therein, we also mention countries. But yes, of course, what you mentioned is completely different, in the sense that the co-production incentives which both the countries offer, and between India and UK, there is something. Of course, there are 16 other countries apart from UK with which India has the co-production agreements. So all of them are separate. All the countries mutually they offer something. But for that, we have a portal called the India Cine Hub, which sort of facilitates the co-productions, their approvals, their incentives completely online. And apart from that, even the filming and film production clearances which are required, they're completely online. We've also built a repository of filming resources, from locations to equipments to people to directors to DOPs, everything mapped there through our state government, state agencies, A. B, also asking people to crowdsource them and put up on that, and all of that is GIS mapped. So as a foreign film producer, I really invite you to go on that portal and experience what all is your requirement. You have incentives calculator on one hand, which tells you what kind of cost estimates you can work on for making a film. But B, you can also see whether which part of the country is best suited in the sense of locations, in the sense of resources. So that becomes really, really easy, and it's because it's a little separate project. It's actually two people getting together from different countries is one thing, but then eventually deciding on production. So that is where it helps in. I hope it answers.
Hi, Valerie from Hindu Business Line. Can you share a little more color on the Indian Film Festival that you mentioned for New Zealand?
New Zealand?
Would you like to come over and explain a few things, since this is your page? And
So is it after this, right? So I think I'll just finish, and then we will have them on the stage, and then they can do it. If any more questions are there from the Film Bazaar, we can take a last question, or otherwise we can invite the. Sir, आपने चार पूछ लिया sir. Give somebody a chance who's not asked a question. Yeah. That was not a question, so anybody else can ask a question. You want? Yeah, please.
Like I already said that there have been businesses and companies like Atos and all are doing good work, and they are doing it at a very higher scale. And if we want to replicate such things, and we have been doing such since like 2017, we understand there is a lot of requirement in terms of technology and its imports. Now, if Waves could also focus in its next season on technology part with coding and all being incorporated for background and all things, like companies like vmix, bmd and all are doing wonderful things and incorporating new technologies and codings and all. I've been a coding guy and into that stuff. So if such things can be incorporated, there is a lot of potential in the education, sports and all sector, the educational world, the universities, UGCs I've worked with. I've headed the Sharda group and all. So we have been organizing things, and they have co-curricular, sports, education, number of things, which is a potential, and into media entertainment, a lot of content generation, a potential. So if Waves Bazaar and Waves various potential platforms can give a leverage to that, that can be an advantage. Second thing, as a business delegate, I was able to connect with the number of delegates and exhibitors and all, and on the Waves Bazaar portal as well, on as buyer or seller. But there is a facility for the media delegates as well, which could get into our hand at the last moment. So if this media delegate thing continues and these media delegates are able to connect through the facility, and it continues till the next season, they can make a stir connecting with these delegates, with these businesses, and a stir can be around the globe across till the starting of the season 2 or something, if it doesn't end at this place.
No, no, not at all. And as was quoted yesterday and by our Prime Minister, that wave is it can have a start, but it never has an end. So, if one wave follows the another. So this is just the start, and all these valuable suggestions come as feedback, and we definitely see on what are positive reinforcements which we can build on to this Waves Bazaar. And on behalf of my team, I again thank all the media delegates who are also incidentally the business delegates also, because this is your own summit. So I thank all of you to have been a part of it, and it is, believe me, it is because of you this has been organized, and it is because of your involvement this becomes a success. So thank you so much. And
so I would like to add one more thing. Waves is connecting creators, connecting countries, and its earlier slogan was "Come sail with us." We as K Kites Tech are knowledge and IT enabled services of flying kites. So we are sailing on the waves and flying kites.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'll take your leave. I think the MOUs.
Just you can catch him right now, otherwise he will